All right, welcome back. We are back. Hopefully, you had a good break, you're rested up, and you're ready to go. All right, we're starting this semester with polynomials, adding, subtracting, and multiplying. All right, and it says a polynomial is an algebraic expression with two or more terms. And these are the only steps for adding and subtracting. Combine like terms and write your answer in standard form. So we're starting off with something really, really easy. We know how to combine like terms. We've done this exact thing before. So the first one, it says add 3x squared plus 11x plus 4 in parentheses plus negative 5x plus x squared minus 13. And remember, like terms are any numbers that have the same variables, same coefficient, or not same coefficient, same variable like here, same exponent, okay? So 3x squared is the same as this x squared, right? This 11x is the same as this negative 5x, and this 4 is the same as negative 13. So all we do is just combine those. Negative 3x squared plus x squared is 4x squared. All right, so that's done and that's done. 11x minus 5x is a positive 6x. That's done and that's done. And one thing I want to notice, which is why I paused, I want to note this. If you see, usually trinomials, polynomials are written in order, in exponential order. So we see we have 3x squared. So when I looked over here to the second part, I immediately saw that this wasn't an x squared. So I panicked for a second. But it was just written weird that its partner that it combines with was actually in the second part. Okay, so just make sure you make note of that. When we're combining like terms, we're not just doing the first ones together, we are combining the same exponents, okay, like terms. Make sure we know that. All right, so we have 4x squared plus 6x, and all we have left is 4 minus 13. So 4 plus negative 13 is minus 9, and we're done. Pretty easy, right? I slowed it down just to show y'all, but this should be really, really easy. All right, moving on. We scroll down. Number 2, we have 9x cubed minus 4x squared plus 2x minus 10. That's a lot of numbers. And then plus, in new parentheses, negative 2x squared plus x plus 7. All right, so let's go through it. I like to start with the highest exponent, this 9x squared. We look over here. Does it have anything to combine with? No. So all that happens is we just drop it as part of the answer. All right, it doesn't just go away. It just is part of the answer. So that's done. We see negative 4x squared. Does that have a partner? Yes, it does. Negative 2x squared. All right, which negative 4x squared plus negative 2x squared, they're both negative, so we're going lower, is negative 6x squared. Okay, that's done and that's done. If you're not sure about that, in the calculator, again, I always tell you, do every little thing. In the calculator, do negative 4 minus 2 with the parentheses in there, and it'll tell you negative 6. All right, 2x plus x is a positive 3x. That's done and that's done. And finally, negative 10. Don't forget the signs in front of each of these terms. Negative 10 plus 7 is a negative 3, and we are done. All right, and that is how you add polynomials. We are just combining like terms. This should be very, very easy. We've done this before. All right, to subtraction, this was a little confusing. All right, there are two ways to do this. We did this back in September. Okay, there are two ways to do this. You can just literally take each term and subtract it by its like term. So 5x3 Does it have something to subtract with over here? No, it does not. So it becomes part of the answer. 5x cubed. All right, that's done. The negative 2x squared, does it have something to combine with? Yes, it does. Negative 2x squared minus 2x squared is a negative 4x squared. All right, that's done and that's done. Don't forget this minus in the middle. So 2x minus 2x is 0. So circle, that goes out, circle, that goes out. The 17 has nothing to combine with, but again, it's like saying 0 minus 17. So we flip the sign, and that is our answer. That is one way to subtract. Okay, you can just take, let me erase this up here. You can just say this first term minus its matching term, which there is no matching term. Then we move on, the second term minus the matching term on the other side. And then you keep going. The other way you can do this, and I talked about this back in September when we were doing function operations, that was just on the final. All right. One thing you can also do is we saw how easy addition was, right? We like doing addition. It's not confusing. There's nothing to do. We just combine like terms. There is a way to turn this into addition. We send this negative here, here, and here. We send the negative and multiply each term in the second polynomial on the right side only. We can send the negative over there. And that makes it 5x3 minus 2x squared plus 2x, right? Then plus negative 2x2 minus 2x minus 17. All we did was flip the sign of these three. And then watch this. We combine like terms now because it's addition. So 5x cubed has nothing to combine with. It moves down. 5x cubed, that's gone. Negative 2x squared plus negative 2x squared is negative 4x squared. You can see where I'm going with this. A positive 2x minus 2x, those cancel out, that is 0. And then finally what's left is negative 17. We got the same exact answer. So again, I don't want to keep you too long because we got to get to the multiplication part, but you see there's two ways to do subtraction. You can do it the first way, where you just look at the term negative 2x squared. Right here, let's look here, negative 2x squared minus 2x squared. That is 4x squared. All right, so there's two ways to do that. It should both make it pretty easy. I like actually flipping the subtraction to an addition because it's so easy. All right. Now moving on to multiplying. These are the multiplying steps. It says step 1, multiply. You can either do 3 different things. Distribute, the FOIL method, or the box method. I'm going to show you distribute because I think that is the easiest one. If you would like to see all 3 different types, let me know. I can make another video for that, but I just want to do it the easiest possible way. Okay, then step 2, combine like terms. Then step 3, write your answer in standard form. Standard forms basically means the highest coefficient first, all the way to the number. Okay, so again, like I said, I'm going to do it one way, but if you would like to see the other way, let me know. Okay, so all we're going to do is do the distribution method. I think this is easiest. Okay, remember, you are multiplying everything. So this x, we're looking at number 5, this x is being multiplied by this, and this, and this. That's the first part. Then we take the negative 7, multiply it by this, this, and then this. Then step 2, we combine like terms. Then step 3, we write our answer in standard form, which means the highest exponent first, all the way through. So again, let's do this. X times x squared is x cubed. That first one's already done. X times 2x is plus 2x squared. All right, and then x times 1 is x. The first part is already done. That's it. negative 7, now we have a negative, so just be careful. Negative 7 times x squared is minus 7x squared. Negative 7 plus, or negative 7 times positive 2x, sorry. Negative 7 times 2x is negative 14x. And then finally, negative 7 times 1 is negative 7. So this is everything we have. From here, we are combining like terms. Does x3, x cubed have a like term? No, so it's just part of the answer. X cubed, this is where our addition comes in handy. So that's done. 2x squared, does that have a like term? Yes, it does. 2x squared with negative 7x squared, that becomes a negative 5x squared. Remember, that's just saying basically 2 minus 7. 2 plus negative 7 is negative 5. So that's done, and that's done. We have a positive x here, minus 14x. So 1 minus 14 is negative 13x. That's done, and that's done. And then we see this negative 7 is by itself, so it drops down in the answer. If you combine like terms correctly, for the most part, it should already be in standard form. Standard form, again, basically means highest exponent is first. So our final answer is x cubed minus 5x squared minus 13x minus 7, and we are done. All right, it's that simple. Again, multiply. This is the distribution method. I think it's the easiest. Make sure you multiply everything. So here we see x times all 3, and then negative 7 times all 3. Okay? Then step 2, combine your like terms like we did. Then step 3, write your answer in standard form. We'll do one more, and then you're on your own. I don't want to make too long of a video. We'll do number 7 because it's long. There's a lot of numbers here, a lot of terms. So I just want to show you, remember, multiply everything. All right, so let's start with 3x squared. 1, 2, 3. I'm just showing it. Now we're going to multiply it. 3x squared times 2x squared is 6x to the 4th. Remember, when multiplying exponents, you add them. So 3x squared times 2x squared is 6x to the 4th. Please, please note that. All right, then our next one, 3x squared times 5x is a plus 15x squared. All right, and then 3x squared times negative 9. Oh, excuse me. It is a 15x cubed. I apologize for that because, again, 3x squared times 5x, those are 3 x's going on, so that's 15x cubed. All right, because our next one is 3x squared times negative 9, which is negative 27x squared. So this one is done. Moving on. Let's do negative 4 now. We're looking at this second one. Don't forget the negative. Times all 3. So negative 4x times 2x squared is a negative 8x cubed. Okay, because remember, we're adding the exponents together. Next one, negative 4x times 5x is negative 20x squared. All right, and then negative 4x times negative 9 is a positive 36x. Now we move on to the last one. It's 1 times each of these. That should be easy. 1 times 2x squared is plus 2x squared. 1 times 5x is plus 5x. And 1 times negative 9 is negative 9. These are all our terms. There are 9 terms here. Now we need to combine like terms. Let's look. We're going to go from left to right. This 6x to the 4th. Does it have any like terms? We look. We're looking for another coefficient, or another exponent of 4. No. So it's just part of the answer. 6x to the 4th. That is done. Now we look to the next one. 15x cubed. Is there a like term? Yes, there is. We see this 15x cubed can combine with this negative 8x cubed. 15 minus 8 is a positive 7x cubed. That's done, and that's done. Now, we see we're looking at negative 27x squared. So, we see negative 27x squared. What can this one combine with? Well, we see this negative 20x squared and this plus 2x squared. So negative 27 minus 20 more is negative 47. So we're at negative 47. These two combine, negative 47x squared. Negative 47 plus 2 is negative 45x squared. So that's done, and that's done. Now we see 36x. 36x, does that have something to combine with? It does. This 5x, 36 plus 5 is plus 41x. That's done, and that's done. And then finally, this negative 9 has nothing to combine with, so it just drops down in the answer, and we're done. That was a long one. As you can tell, I made mistakes too. I messed up on the exponent. I had to think as well. It happens, okay? I know you're not going to be perfect. Even I had to stop and think. Take your time. You see how long that problem took. This video is now up to 17 minutes, and I only did a few problems. It's not long. I just wanted to slow it down. And as you can see, when I tried to rush, I messed up. So just take your time and you'll do fine. Remember, addition, combine like terms, subtraction, there's two ways. And then multiplication, I like to do the distribution method. There's also two other methods that you can Google or ask me how to do it, and you should be fine. So complete the worksheet. We're going to do another worksheet tomorrow and turn it in.